Hi guys, Paul with you again here from Make That Sea Change. Today we're going to talk about how to sell crystals online. Another one in my range or storyline or whatever you want to call it, on ideas that you can use to make money, to fund your sea change, to give yourself a little bit of income, whatever it is that you're planning to do within that lifestyle. So again, as I say, today we're going to talk about selling crystals. Now, crystals are an interesting thing. I suppose a little while ago, I suddenly looked around our house and realised that there was crystals everywhere. They sort of snuck in by stealth, I think. When I asked my wife about it, my wife and my son are apparently right into crystals. They're everywhere. And then I started noticing in my office here. So I've got some here. I've got some petrified wood, which is apparently very good for grounding. I think that comes from, I know with essential oils, anything that's woody or tree-like is grounding. I've got some... So I had some rose quartz here, which is now, there it is, there's my rose quartz, which is good for love. I've got some mala bracelet here, which has all sorts of different things on rose quartz and amethyst and all those sort of things, which all have different meanings. And the reason I put these other ones down so quickly is, to be brutally honest with you, I'd forgotten what they're for. But my wife keeps these in my office all the time. And I actually find I look at them and play with them. I fiddle with this bracelet. This was built for me again by my wife. She built it for me when I went overseas. So designed to help me with stress. If I felt stressed when I was traveling, I could play with this. I don't wear it, although sometimes I do. It wears okay. Anyway, that's crystals. And when we talk about crystals, we're actually talking about the stone, gemstones, rocks, petrified wood, whatever we talk about crystals, and not necessarily crystal, which is crystal glassware, crystal bowls, all that sort of stuff. So let's get stuck into it. And so we want to sell crystals online. Now, it's not as big a market as some of the other natural remedies, but it is something that is taking off quite dramatically, I've noticed over the past few months and I guess year. And we run Pilates studios, and one of our yoga instructors where this was built, runs what she calls Mala workshop. This is Mala jewelry. And it sells out. It's actually full for our Mala jewelry workshops and it is for our classes. So it's obviously popular. And anyway, so before we start though, the usual things we also want to check is there a market? So if you look in this post, I've gone through the market. Over 10,000 people do searches for crystals online per month. And the main ones that we've got in there were crystals for healing, and then we've got fluorite crystals, gemstones crystals, crystals to buy. So it's a popular market. There's a lot of people searching for crystals online, and I suppose it's one of those things where if you want to buy crystals, where would you go? I mean, I'd have no idea. And my wife buys all hers online. Friends of hers that I've now discovered in the last week or two that also are into crystals, I don't know where I was from all this, buy theirs online. So there's definitely a market for it. And the trends have maintained quite a good trend, if not grown slightly. Again, you can see that in the post below, the trends there. So look, there's a market there. There's 100% a market there. And if we look at the niche for crystals, I think crystals on its own can possibly be a niche. There's crystals for healing. You might have healing and mood. One of the links below on this page for one of the MLM companies, you can see she's lying there with a baby on her stomach and she's got a crystal on her head, crystals there, crystals there. When my son gets stressed, my wife, when he goes to bed with some crystals in his hands. When he does it, I don't know if it's placebo or whatever, he actually falls asleep a lot quicker when he's holding his crystals. So healing and mood. Obviously for jewelry, you might want to get into trading and fossicking. So explaining how to trade and fossick and trade your crystals. Or you can actually, there is industrial use for them. I read a whole article the other day on whether diamonds are a crystal. Diamonds are a rock, but as are most crystals. So, diamond cutters are obviously very important. But if that's the case, well then obviously you can look at industrial use for your niche as well. So it's not as broad as say fitness or weight loss or any of those, but there is maybe somewhere you might need to break it down. There's not a lot of competition in this niche online as well, which is why I wrote this because it's actually quite a good niche. There's not a lot of competition out there, and it's definitely something that has popularity based on our trends and our market. Again, with the niche and with crystals, if you're starting to think about what it is you want to do, think about what problem you're solving. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you've seen any more of my other videos, you'll be sick of me saying this and you're probably rolling your eyes right now. What problem are you solving? I look for crystals. I had no idea that crystals were so popular in the house, so I started searching for crystals. Where do I buy them? What do they do? What does petrified wood as a crystal do? Why would anyone want that? Why would anyone want rose quartz? Why would anyone want, this is rainbow something, rainbow fluorite, I think, fluorite, not fluorite as in teeth, but fluorite. Rainbow fluorite this is. What's it do? I have no idea. My wife has explained it to me. I cannot remember. It's not because I don't have an interest. I just have lots of stuff in my head. That's my problem. What is rainbow fluorite? So that's my search. What is rainbow fluorite? You can go through and solve my problem, explain to me what it is. And at the end, you can tell me where I can buy it. I may not buy it from you, but as long as you've solved my problem, your site's going to build up that credibility and that authority, and you will find that you'll start selling bits of rainbow fluorite quite often. So, we have our niche, we know there's a market, you can think about your niche. So, and I dare say with crystals, if you know a little bit about them, your niche will be falling in your lap. It's one of those subjects or products that tends to do that. I mean, I think about healing with them all the time because that's what we've had them done for. And that's what people do. What do you need to do now? You need a website, you need some social media. Your website is something that you then write all your posts on. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You need to work on a post and on an affiliate marketing site. Write your posts, solve the problems. What is fluorite? What is petrified wood? What is rose quartz? What do these do? You could write posts on every single crystal that there is out there. What it does, what it's meant for, where it's come from, how old it is. Millions of posts out there. Build a website, write all those. It will start to rank pretty quickly, that one, because there's not a lot of competition there. I keep saying that. So build a website, promote it on social media, join like-minded groups. There's crystal groups on Facebook. I did a quick search on Facebook yesterday just to make sure that I wasn't writing that they are there. They are there. We went to a crystal exhibition last year. I should have twigged then that there was interest in the house. And I do remember them all having a little Facebook, this Facebook group, that Facebook group. I live in northern New South Wales in Australia. And, there was a Northern New South Wales Crystal Club. There was the Clarence Valley Crystal Club. There was the Newcastle Crystal Club. There was the Ballina Crystal Club. Even up from the Gold Coast in Queensland all the way down to Sydney. So this isn't a very largely populated area that I'm in. I mean, my closest town in Coffs Harbour has about 80,000 people. So we're not in a vastly populated area. And there's crystal groups everywhere. So if you live in areas where there's a lot more population, I dare say you'll find a lot more crystals groups. So get into them and have a look. Get into them and how you can sell it. Get into them what you're looking at. Promote your stuff on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram and Pinterest are good. Pinterest is very good for this sort of niche because you can do little pins on there, 6 uses for rainbow fluorite, and that's what you put on there. I guarantee you Pinterest will be a very good one for this one. Okay, so how do we sell them? How do we get our hands on these crystals to sell? First thing you do, as in most of my stuff that I talk about and write about, you join an affiliate program. Now, there's quite a few affiliate programs for jewelry. Energy Muse is one that's come up. It's actually, I've got that in the affiliate and in the affiliate marketing group and the MLM, because they sort of do both. Healing Crystals for You, Lapis Lazuli Sage Goddess does crystals. She's got an affiliate program. There's heaps of them out there. Amazon has a massive range of crystals. I've put some links on there so you can see what they've got. Chakra Mineral Starter, Luck Keeper Healing Crystals, Crystals for Beginner books. There's all sorts of stuff on there. Find your affiliate programs. Write about the the rainbow fluorite, what it does, what it's good for, why I should hold it in my hand when I'm working, why I should hold it in my hand when I'm stressed, those sort of things, and then link off to whatever affiliate group you want. Multi-level marketing programs, or MLM programs, is another way that you can go. There's not as many of them in the crystals niche. I actually had to do quite a bit of searching to find them. There's one big one, let me look at that. It's called Touchstone Crystal, and it's more your glass crystal, your vase crystal. It's a Swarovski one. There's Swarovski shops in most of the shopping centres in Australia. I'm sure they are worldwide. But they do have crystal jewellery in there as well. So that might be something that you can start with. The other ones I've got in Energy Muse. They're more affiliate than MLM, but they do offer higher, from what I can read, higher commissions if you start to refer people, which is essentially a multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing is a party plan. Think of Tupperware, think of Mary Kay, think of Arbonne, think of Young Living or doTERRA essential oils. Those, where you make a sale, but everyone you sign underneath then goes into your pyramid hierarchy. That's multi-level marketing. Has its advantages, disadvantages. You can read about them in a post. But yeah, you do have them for Crystal Harmony is the one I found. It's a UK-based one. It's very small, but it might be good. It might be a good area to start with. Small MLM marketing companies, if you get in them on the ground floor, can make you a fortune as they grow. I know one of the very first essential oils people into Young Living makes about $10 million a year now, and they just got in the ground floor. So anyone who was coming in was just seemed to be added to them because there was no one else. They've got, you get on the ground floor, off you go. And the last thing you can do then is you can go into wholesale. This costs a bit more because you've got to then manage the shipping. You've got to, you can go and buy the girl who does Tara, who does the mala making workshops for our studios. She goes online and she purchases all the crystals from a wholesaler and then runs workshops where they make the bracelet. She effectively charges people, I think it's about $25. They spend 3 hours. She explains what all the crystals are. They make their own little bracelet and off they go. All it's cost her, I think she said each of these little balls here costs about, I think it's about 50 cents, maybe less. So there's so about 30 on here. So it's cost her about, what's that? $15 maybe. It wouldn't be that much. It must be about 10 or 20 cents per one. So it's more, she makes over 60 or 70%. But anyway, I'm rambling. That's just a way that you make money with them. You can wholesale them. You can then run workshops, or you can run information sessions. That's where the party plan thing sort of comes into. You might even set up your own MLM and have people underneath you. But that's the one thing you do. You can wholesale them and then sell them either as jewelry, in workshops, at markets. The sky's the limit. There is, as I said before, there's exhibitions around the place. We went to one last year. It had everything now. It had all the jewelry. It had the stones. It had fossicas who just had raw crystals, as in still had dirt on them from being pulled out of the ground. There was ones that were covered because they're toxic. That was interesting. But exhibitions, if you can get onto them, are another way that you can sell them. So that's it. Very quick run through today of crystals. There is a market for them, and there's not a lot of competition in them, so they're actually quite a good niche to get yourself into. If you know about them, have an interest in them, which is sort of the number one rule in affiliate marketing. If you don't, I would never build a crystal site, so I don't really have an interest in them. They intrigue me, but I'm not going to write about them over and over and over again. Although the more I read about them yesterday, the more interesting. Maybe I will one day. But if you've got an interest in them, there is a market there for them. Narrow down your niche to start with. You can always expand that as you start to go through, but even just writing about the healing qualities of them will take you about 2 years to cover every crystal, more than easily covered. You can sell them as affiliate marketing. You can go into MLM programs. You can wholesale them, market themselves as jewelry and things like that. Or you can go to exhibitions and buy and trade and sell them. Easy. Okay guys, thanks again. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask below. Click like on the video below. Please subscribe to the video below and keep a track on everything I talk about to do with affiliate marketing, building your online business, and living that sea change. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great day. Bye.